Welcome to the first video of the college football season. Week 1 is almost here, and I'm dropping my Week 1 top 25. I'll be updating this every week of the season, just like they do with the real top 25. From the loaded Texas Longhorns to the defending national champions Ohio State and playoff hopefuls like Clemson, LSU, and Georgia, I'll break down where I've got every contender and why. Let's get into my top 25. Starting it off with Boise State at 25. They returned double-digit starters. They could make another appearance as the G5 representative in the college football playoff. 24. Texas Tech. I put them here because they have 5 home Big 12 games against teams that didn't go to a bowl last year. They have a very easy schedule. They could win a lot of games. Number 24 is Texas Tech. Number 23 is Tennessee. If this new QB steps up and scores some points, they could be dangerous. I like their defense. They just got a new QB at the helm. They could score some points. They could be dangerous. Number 22 is SMU. I think this roster as a whole is more talented than they were last year, but the schedule isn't as easy as it was last year. They play some hard games. I think they'll still be very talented, but a step below what they were last year. Number 21 is Iowa State. I think they have a lot of toss-up games in there. They should be in every game. If some plays go right for them, they should win them. If some plays go wrong for them, they should lose them. So every game is literally a toss-up. If they're playing good and limit the mistakes, they should be a very good football team. Number 20 is Tulane. Tulane, they lost a lot in the transfer portal. A lot of big-name schools wanted some of their talent. They lost their quarterback. They lost a lot. But they gained a lot. And I think they'll be right there in the American by the end of the season. Number 19 is Michigan. They got an easy schedule. They got a new quarterback at the helm, but they got an easy schedule. Number 18 is Indiana. What a year they had last year. I think they'll be a cut below what they were last year, but they really only have to go. They have 3 hard games. They have to go to Penn State, to Oregon, and to Iowa. That's tough. Number 17 is Kansas State. I think this team is more talented than they were last year, but they had a lot of mistakes last year. If they can keep the mistakes to a minimum, they can make a run. Number 16 is Oklahoma. The O-line can block and give this Mateer, the quarterback, some time. He's new at the helm. If they can give him protection, they gave up 50 sacks last year. They could be all right. Number 15, Texas A&M. They'll be a high-scoring team, no doubt. But the defense may suck. They can score more than the other team. They'll be right in there in the top 25. 14 is Florida. The offense has talent everywhere, but that schedule is absolutely brutal. Defense should be good as well. Florida is 14. Number 13 is South Carolina. They have one of the most highly touted quarterbacks going into the season. Offense is going to have to carry this team because they lost so much on defense. Number 12, the U, Miami. They get Carson Beck at quarterback, but this team and this offense is going to look totally different. Last year with Cam Ward, they were throwing it deep. They were scoring points left and right. Now they're going to go into like a more run first game management type offense. Give me Miami at 12. Number 11 is Arizona State. Arizona State, I think they have it all to go back-to-back in the Big 12. Number 10 is Ole Miss. They have to replace one of the greatest quarterbacks in school history, and I don't think they'll be good as last year. I think they'll be very good, but right now to start the season, I got them at 10 based off the season that they had last year, but they got to replace some few key positions. Number 9 is Alabama. They're coming off a 3-loss season in year 1 of the post-Nick Saban era. The Tide, they returned 15 starters that just missed the college football playoff last year. That's solid. They have talent everywhere. I mean, for sake, it's Alabama. So they're going to have talent everywhere. I just want to see what this quarterback is going to look like with Jaden Milroe called. Number 8 is Notre Dame. They have a very experienced offensive lineman, a loaded secondary, and one of the best running backs in the country. They went from a very experienced quarterback in last year. Now they don't have that. But otherwise, Notre Dame is loaded. Number 7 is Oregon. It's Dante Moore's time at QB. Easy 4 games to get the season started, get some experience underneath his belt. I think that will help Oregon. Defense needs to be better than last year. I mean, against the teams, the big-time teams, they gave up so many points, and that's what cost them. They were the number 1 team in the country. They played the big dog in Ohio State and lost. Georgia is number 6. Georgia is going to look totally different than what we're accustomed to seeing Georgia look like. New quarterback, tons of new talent at wide receiver. They added Zachariah Branch. They returned 3 defensive linemen. Georgia's going to be Georgia. It's just going to be a new look Georgia. Number 5 is LSU. They return a 4,000-yard passer in Garrett Nussmeier. Caden Durham returns after a breakout freshman year. They signed the number 1 running back in the country in Harlem Berry. Defense should be a lot better. They hit the portal almost as hard as anybody. And from practice, they look like they've been dominating. They signed the number 1 quarterback in the country. I'm just worried about that offensive line. I mean, you lose a top 5 draft pick. You lose Emory. The O-line's going to be younger, less lacking experience. That's my one worry about the LSU Tigers going into the season. Number 4 is Clemson. They play LSU week 1. So, Clemson at 4, they return Klubnik and 17 total starters from last season. They made the college football playoff last year. Now they're a year more experience, year mature. They should be right there again. Number 3 is the reigning national champions, the Ohio State Buckeyes. They have a new quarterback at the helm. They must replace 8 starters on defense and 3 offensive linemen. Just want to see how they start this season. That's why the defending national champs are starting off at 3. Number 2 is Penn State. They get their quarterback back for another year. They have a star duo at running back. They finally should have a top wide receiver 1 instead of having a tight end do it all on offense in the passing game. Defense should be legit with Knowles coming in to take over the defensive coordinator position for Penn State. And number one is Texas. This team is the most well-rounded team in the country. I think it depends on injuries and all that. Yeah, you do have a new full-time starter in Arch Manning, but when he stepped in his career, he's been a dog. So I think Texas is the most well-rounded team in the country. They will start off the year at number one in our first Beat the Odds Sports top 5 ranking for the college football season. Some teams are locked in as national title contenders. Others I'm still not sold on yet, but we'll find out once the games kick off. Who do you think is too high? Who's too low? Drop your top 25 in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be here all year long. Make sure you follow us on Twitter, which will be linked in the description, so you don't miss a score. We'll be live updating every game, or as much as possible, as quickly as possible, on our Twitter from college and NFL. And we're going to try and do MLB playoffs as well. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and go follow us on Twitter. Have a great day.